Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up a collab for your OSU user page. If you don't know what a collab is, if I pull up my profile right here, as you can see I have an avatar which corresponds to the image in the about section on my page. Now there's two characters on this image, and if I click on one of them it will take me to the corresponding user page of anyone you want to put on here. So if you got a group of friends and you want to add a collab to your about section, you can do that. I can click back on my page and I will be showing you how to do that today. It should be noted that you had to have had OSU supporter at least once in the past for this to work. So if you've never had OSU supporter, you won't be able to edit the about section on your profile, meaning you won't be able to add the collab in. So keep that in mind before you start doing this. To start out, we're going to be opening a new document in any editing software that you're comfortable with. For me, it's Photoshop. It could be anything else for you. I'm going to be using Photoshop for this. You want the size to be 1920 by 1080. I'm sure you could do this with other sizes, but this is what I've always done. We will be downscaling it later, so if it's not perfect, that's fine. So to start out, you're going to want to add any picture in here that you would like to use for your collab, and make sure you crop it to the correct size. Now this is where you're going to want to start editing the photo to your liking. I'm not going to do a step-by-step tutorial on this, but I will hit a few key points that you might want to note. If you want to skip this section entirely because you've already gotten your image figured out, I will put a timestamp to the section of the video where I will show you how to apply this to the OSU user page and crop it down to the correct size and everything. Now this part is where you're going to need a little bit of knowledge of your photo editing software, mine being Photoshop. And right here I'm just going through adding a few little details. Right there I'm adding boxes in the corners, and it just makes it look a little bit more nice and well-rounded together. I do go through and add some shading onto the characters, as you can see right here. Putting just light shading on the lighter parts and dark shading on the darker parts just makes it pop a little bit more and makes it a little bit more vibrant. Again, this is all optional. You don't have to do this, but I just like to do this for mine. Just makes everything look a little bit more clean. So right here we're getting into the section where we're about to start putting the names on the image. Now I didn't go overboard with the names like I normally would like to, but since this is just for a tutorial, it's not that important that I make them look perfect, but they do look pretty similar to how I would normally make them. Now for coloring, I decided to just stick with the colors that match the hairstyles of the characters, or colors I should say, of the hair. That being the lighter brownish tannish on the left and the light blue on the right. Now once we got the names in place, I do like to add a little more details to the names just to make them look a little bit nicer. Right here I'm just messing with the text styles a little bit, and as you can see right here I'm putting a little bit of shading behind, not too much to where it's noticeable, but just a little bit to make the names appear a little bit more bright. Now right here I'm adding a little bit of a vignette behind the characters and then erasing it where they look like they should be in front of it. Just anything you can do to add depth. Right here I am rasterizing the layers and deleting the area behind the text so that it looks like the text is a little bit behind the character. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to be downscaling this, so it's not going to be that noticeable if it's off by a bit. So right here is our completed image, and it looks pretty nice, I would say. Pretty good for a collab. Now we will have to downscale this by a lot, so it won't look quite as nice on the user page, which is unfortunate. I don't like to do that, but you kind of have to do it if you want it to crop correctly and fit in the section. So now we're ready to start cropping the image that we're going to use to put into the user page. So you're going to want to resize your image, and unfortunately you have to resize it down very far. The height should be about 300, and I think you can go a little bit higher than 300, but roughly 300 is where it's going to stop formatting correctly when you paste it on the page. So as you can see, the quality does go down by a great margin, but hopefully that shouldn't be an issue. What we're going to want to do is just select right up to where you want to be able to click on the character of your choice. So we're going to be selecting the left character, so about right here is fine. So anytime someone selects this part of the image, they'll be directed to the profile of the person with this character. So what we're going to want to do is click Control X to cut this out, and so it will automatically be taken out. And in Photoshop there is a feature where if you open a new file with something that you've had copy pasted, it will automatically adjust the height and width. Now I don't know if other programs will do this, but you'll have to find a way to get the file to be the same exact size as the image you just cut out. So right here we're just gonna paste it on, and that is fine. We're gonna save that to wherever you want to use later. Now we're gonna do the same thing for this one, and what I like to usually do is get a max pen and just select the whole entire thing with the tolerance as high as it can go with the magic pen. But you could also just come up to the top right here, find the individual pixel that it starts on, and just select the entire thing like that. And then you're just going to want to cut it out again, and then make a new document, paste it on, and then save both of these images to wherever you want so that you can find them later. So what you're going to want to do next once you have those files saved is go to this website called IMGBB, and this website just lets you upload the files and put them into the correct format. So once you have your files selected that you want to upload, you're just going to click the upload button, and they should upload pretty fast because they're pretty small files. And what you're going to want to do is select the BB code full linked, and it's going to give you this. And so since this one is on the left and this one's on the right, that should be switched around, but we're just going to copy this for now, and this is what we're going to paste into our OSU profile. So once you have that copied, you're going to want to come over to your OSU profile and click the edit button and just paste those in. Now if we save just for demonstration purposes, it will look like this. That's not what we want. So what we're going to want to do is, since this bottom one should be on the left, that means that it's the second one. So we're going to just cut that out and paste it right in front of it. Don't leave a space, just right in front, and click save. So now we have our collab right here, but the problem is that when you click on it, it just takes you back to this website. So what we want to do is put our own profiles into there. So if I just go to my friends list, I will just select my friend Blake, and for demonstration purposes, we click on the edit button, and right here where it says URL on the left one, right after the equal sign, we're just going to want to select all of that up until the slash mark and delete that and paste the new URL in. So when I click save, it should be to where I click on the left picture and it brings you to my friend Blake's profile. Whichever image you click on is going to have that character. And that should be all for this demonstration about how to make an OSU collab. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and I will try to answer them the best I can. But other than that, I hope your collabs all turn out well, and thank you for watching this far.